here as we continue our positional preview series. Jack, what do you make of this year's defensive line depth? Are you excited? Who are you most excited about? Do you think it's going to be better than a year ago? Do you see sacks being up? Who are you most excited about? And right now, if you had to guess on August 10th, who leads this team in sacks? Who would you guess?
Oh, I'm taking Josh Josephs to lead the team in sacks. Been high on him all offseason. I think he's the most likely to be as dominant as Byron Young was for Tennessee last season. I think Tyler Barron will take a step. Don't know how big of a step he can take, but I think he'll be really solid, and I think Roman Harrison's underrated too. When you talk about the interior, the depth is good. It's not great. If Elijah Simmons has another injury-riddled season, it won't be that great, but he looks good in camp right now from what I've seen, and, he has a lot of potential. I was impressed with Omar Norman-Lott back in spring camp when I watched him. Of course, I hadn't seen a lot of him in fall camp. And then
what number is he?
55.
55.
Okay, that's why I can never identify him. Like, I've never, in any video or anything I've seen, I'm like, where is Omar Norman-Lott? I've never seen him. Yeah. I feel like I should see him at some point. I never see his name anywhere. 55. Okay.
I'm the same way. He was working inside one day at practice this week, and it was like him and I think Wesley Walker, a couple of guys who had been working inside earlier in the week. I was like, all right, 55, who's that? Oh, Omar Norman-Lott. And then even,
yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm going to be looking for 90-something for him.
55 is. He looks good.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. It's the guy everybody's been talking up all summer in the fall.
Yeah, he's the mystery man. It's going to take me 4 weeks to figure out who 55 is on the field. Like, he's going to make plays. I'm like, who the hell is 55? And why is he in the backfield again? And it's going to be Omar Norman-Lott. He's going to start, it looks like.
Yeah, again, they'll play four guys a ton. So,
yeah.
But I would say, I think him and Amari Thomas right now, if you made me rank the defensive tackles I feel best about for Tennessee, it's Amari Thomas 1 and Omar Norman-Lott 2.
Yeah.
Do you think Norman-Lott will start over Eason?
Yeah, that'd be my guess. But again, I think the reps will probably be pretty similar.
Yeah. Gotcha.
I wonder too, so Josh Joseph looks great. James Pearce, when I watch these videos, and I love the Rodney Garr football pull when they're doing the circle drill. Love it. Live for it. It's one of my favorite things in the Rocky. Also, where's the music on Rocky Top Insider videos? Part of the practice videos for me is I watch it for that. I need the pump up music it's the same one. And it speeds up as it goes along. I'm all about it because there's no talking, no anything. I need it as I'm getting pumped up during my lunch break. But I look at it and I'm like, oh, James Pearce, I think looks the most physically gifted behind Caleb Herring. I don't want to just put some outrageous expectations on guys. Caleb Herring, very excited about Caleb Herring. I think he's probably starting edge guy next year. He is already so ahead of the curve and because I think I was listening to somebody talk about defensive linemen. It's part of edge guys. It's just, there is teaching, but it's just overpowering dudes. If you are super fast, you're extra twitchy. A lot of it's just it's some natural feel and size and strength. And I just feel like Caleb Herring's just going to be a natural, really, really good edge guy who's going to be on the field soon. If I had to rank terms of upside over the next 2 to 3 years, I think it's right now Caleb Herring 1, 2 James Pearce, 3 Chindavian, 4 Joshua Josephs. Now, do I think Joshua Josephs will be that low in terms of actual production? No. But I just think when people talk about Josephs, I'm like, I don't know. When I watch him, maybe he's solid. He just gives me a lot more of a Tyler Barron type vibe to me than a high upside, big double-digit sack guy in the SEC. Maybe that's just me, but I just see it more from James Pearce. If anyone leads this team in sacks and it kind of makes the jump, I think it's Pearce from what I can see. Because I think it's going to be hard for Caleb Herring to do too much as a freshman.
Disagree. I completely
don't think
disagree.
Pearce will get the reps.
Joseph's is way ahead. He's way ahead of Pearce right now. He's going to get.
Do you think so?
A lot more. I think he's going to get a lot more snaps than Pearce. A lot. I do agree about Caleb Herring. Whatever. Caleb Herring live with Josh Josephs all off season and make him do every single thing Josh Josephs did to add weight and strength last year to Caleb Herring, and Caleb Herring will be an all SEC guy by his junior year. I'm with you there. I'm not with you on James Pearce being more likely to be leading Tennessee in sacks, 8, 9, 10 sack guy than Josh Josephs is this year. I'd be stunned.
I wouldn't be stunned. He just has the size to me.
Is Pearce even going to play like that much?
He better. I hope
I
so.
think he will.
Roman Harrison's definitely ahead of him. I think Josh Joseph's definitely ahead of him. I think he's pretty even with Caleb Herring probably right now. I mean, he'll maybe injuries happen and he gets more opportunities, but again, I think
Tyree
you're right.
West
The
ahead of him?
ceiling's high, but this season I don't see it.
What'd you say, Jack?
What was
I
that?
think Tyree West is ahead of him.
Well, Tyree West is working at strong side D end.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Opposite
I think he's
sides.
probably in a pretty similar spot to Pearce's at strong side D end is like the third guy there
Who's
behind
the second
Barrett
guy
and
there?
Dominique Bailey.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, Bailey. I forget about him a lot.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Dominique Bailey and Bryson Easton, I feel like, are very similar in the fact that they're just like super steady guys, solid against the run. Like, I just don't see the next level, them making a real jump and being like a real good pass rusher or just super big difference maker.
Is
Like,
he
I can see
from?
that jump for a lot of guys in that room. I don't really see it for either of them.
Is Bailey a Memphis guy?
No, he's a Maryland guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Him and what was the linebacker who was there for like a year and then transferred? They were part of that big Pruitt class when Pruitt was just
Crouch?
cheating at a remarkable rate. No, the next class. Pruitt's class that fell apart when he got fired. It was the COVID class. Aaron Willis, that's his name.
Oh yeah, I forgot
They were
all
teammates
about
together
Aaron Willis.
at St. Francis. I think Dominique Bailey is like one of 4 dudes from that recruiting class that's still at Tennessee. So
That's
kudos to him.
wild.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. Quickly here, Vols basketball. Ryan, you were a sicko over the last week watching Vols in Italy. What was your strongest takeaway based on what you saw from this Vols team in Italy?
I think, it's hard to glean these takeaways from games that they won by like an average of 38 points. I think the biggest thing that stuck with me was Jordan Gainey in the sense that I think he's going to battle to be a rotational guy this year. All of a sudden you go from all the conversation to me about rotation being wing and post, and there's still questions there, and Chris Ledlum leaving is a big part of the wing being less of a question. But Jordan Gainey looked really good, and his shooting ability, which we knew was solid. Again, that's the one I pumped the brakes on. What I really liked was how Dalton Connect and Jordan Gainey kept shooting with confidence when they went through cold stretches. That's really easy to do playing European style with more possessions in games in summer where no one's at and you're killing teams. But the fact that what really stood out to me with Gainey